Hello, 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 beautiful people. This is Sharise N. Johnson Moore, and welcome to another inspiring edition of the More Connection audio newsletter, where faith, purpose, and business collide. Today, we're diving into a topic that's close to every entrepreneur's heart: the responsibilities of being an entrepreneur. The responsibilities of being an entrepreneur. Because let's be real, entrepreneurship isn't just about having a vision or starting a business. It's about managing it, growing it, and staying committed when things get tough. So grab your notebook, settle in, and let's talk about what it truly means to carry the mantle of entrepreneurship. Come on now, let's get busy. Discover a world of music, friendship, and adventure, and oceans of thoughts. Book 4, The Little Pianist by Rosalind Severine McLean. Join Mrs. Collins and her children, Jocelyn, Jonathan, and Jenny, as they welcome Mrs. Jeffrey and her daughter, Alana, for an unforgettable afternoon filled with laughter, learning, and creativity. Watch as Jenny and Alana explore educational and musical toys, play beautiful melodies on the piano, and dive into books that spark imagination. With each page, young readers will be inspired to admire nature, enjoy the love of music, and embrace new activities. Beautifully illustrated and brilliantly written, The Little Pianist is a story that encourages curiosity, creativity, and the joy of learning. Perfect for children who love to explore, imagine, and play. The Little Pianist is waiting to take them on a wonderful reading adventure. Available in paperback and Kindle. Pick up your copy today and let the adventure begin. All right, now let's deep dive into our topic of the day: responsibilities of being an entrepreneur. Now, we know being an entrepreneur goes far beyond a title or a business card. It's a lifestyle, one that requires dedication, consistency, and accountability. So I want to deep dive into this topic and what really is being an entrepreneur truly consists of. It is that we must have a clear vision and strategy for where your business is headed. Taking leadership seriously because people follow your energy and your integrity. Maintaining financial responsibility, keeping an eye on budget, expenses, and profits. Staying active in marketing and sales, visibility is key to growth. And being adaptable because change is consistent and entrepreneurs must pivot with purpose. So, I want to break down these 5 areas that define the responsibilities of an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is a lifestyle, not just a job. Let me say that again. Entrepreneurship is a lifestyle, not just a job. You don't clock in and clock out of your purpose. Entrepreneurship requires a mindset that always evolves or is always evolving. It's about time management, discipline, and understanding that small daily actions create big long term success. It's also means making sacrifices now for the rewards that come later. And with that, there are so many things that we have to go through with this mindset process, right? So we got mindset matters. Every decision, big or small, affects your business. You think like an entrepreneur even outside of business hours. Have you ever found yourself where you'll be in the middle of dinner somewhere out and about, and you'll be in at a dinner, with maybe you and your husband, or you're out with your kids or something, and you had this idea, say, bing, the light bulb moment go off in your head, and you be like, oh my God, okay, I gotta write this down, because that's how the mind works. When you become an entrepreneur, you're always thinking, you're always conceptualizing ideas that come into your head. That could be the next project, or could be the next uh, sale item, or could be, something that you want to collaborate with someone with. It could consist of a matter of things that can pop into your head at any given moment of the day that you are sitting around, right? So keep you a notebook and a pen handy, or use your voice recorder on your phone. Time management, okay? Your schedule revolves around business priorities. Planning, creating, network, and growth means so many things in your day. That's why I'm always telling my friends that are entrepreneurs that feel like they're overwhelmed, and I got you might be on this solopreneur trip right now. It's all by yourself and you're starting out solo. And I always tell my friends, I said, look, schedule everything in the course of your day. You cannot pile your schedule with a bunch of stuff in a day. At least tackle 5 things during the day that you need to do that are most important, and then carry on what is on that list, the next 5 that you might have. This long list of things to do. Take 5 each day and do them in a day, like 5 things on Monday, 5 things on Tuesday, 5 things on Wednesday. And schedule yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with a schedule. When you put yourself on a schedule, it it helps you avoid overwhelming yourself, burning yourself out, and it gives you time to even have time with the family. Okay, so when it's time to do the schedule, right now, if you're a mom, or you have children to raise, and you got a house to take care of, schedule that too. Schedule everything in your life so you do not become overwhelmed and the business does not lack anything. Okay. And so, I always tell my friends, schedule that. You got to go out, go with your son to the baseball game, or you going, your daughter with ballet, or whatever the things that you do with your children. Schedule them in your schedule as well. Then you do not become overwhelmed and burned out. Personal sacrifice. Be ready to invest time, energy, and sometimes money into long term goals before seeing immediate results. Okay. Now, this one was a doozy for me. It was, I had to come out of the free zone. That was my hardest thing to do in my business when I first started it. I had to come out of the free zone. I had to, certain things I did not have the ability to do. And I had to learn how to invest in classes to improve my, what my offers were, how to learn how to do advertising, how to do marketing. I had to invest. And I had to stop going around asking people for advice from people that are not where I'm going. Okay? That is another one that you will have to learn how to do. Stop going around asking people that are not where you're trying to go. Because They could be giving you the wrong advice, or they could be, their minds are not there. Their minds is not in that space of entrepreneurship. And think about your long-term goals. What kind of goals do you have for your business, and how are you going to perform them or achieve them over a period of time? And some things we don't have the skill for. So always learn. Always be in the mood in the mood to learn new things. Learn new things that'll benefit your business. I heard an entrepreneur say one time, they said, if you had a team member, okay, and she your virtual assistant, right? And say this virtual assistant gets sick, okay? And that means she might have to take a week off or 2 weeks, or she might have death in the family. You never know what's going to happen. Learn her skills. Learn what she does. Don't just totally rely on that person in your business to do their job, because one day that person might quit. The person might have, say they got another job coming up, or they got another offer, or something happened, emergency in the family. Learn their skills, because it will help you in the long run to learn the skills of the person that's in that role that's on your team. Okay? That goes for everything across the board, like the bookkeeping and the graphic art design, and um, how to compose a email, how to do virtual assistant work, how to do these things. The graphic art designer, the videographer, the sound engineer. Learn how to do these skills that they perform for yourself. So when something happen, emergency come up, it will not delay your project or delay the release of something like a podcast or a video segment, where you're doing for your business. Consistent action. Small daily steps accumulate into big wins over time. Entrepreneurship requires persistent effort. You have to be doing something every day to meet a goal. If you are launching a product, that requires small steps. It requires something done every day in order for that project to be released. Say you have a book, say you got a product, say you have something, you got something new coming out in your business, and these things need constant attention, consistent action, consistent all the time, and schedule them. Schedule, prioritize. Ain't nothing wrong with prioritizing the tasks that need to be done. Say you got an end date. You have an end date maybe to like January the 1st, and you want to launch your business. And that means you have to work every day to get everything in order. Your website, how does that look? How does it work? The products that you're going to launch, how are they going to look on the website? How do the links that go to the payment process? Do you have your payment process, whether it's Stripe, whether it is PayPal? Do you have those connected to the payment links in your products and services on your website? It's so many things that go into it, but it still needs consistent action. Are you ready to rediscover who you are, to unlock a new level of self-worth and confidence? Coming to Loving Yourself by Sharise N. Johnson Moore is the book for you. This isn't just a book, it's a journey, a heartfelt guide crafted to help you embrace who you are, heal old wounds, and realize the power of self-love. Sharise N. Johnson Moore shares her own powerful story of transformation, inspiring readers with honesty and wisdom. Coming to Loving Yourself offers you the tools to build self-confidence, overcome life's challenges, and celebrate the incredible person you truly are. Imagine finally letting go of self-doubt and stepping into a life filled with purpose and joy. If you're ready to start loving yourself, this is the book for you. Get your copy of Coming to Loving Yourself today and start the journey that will transform your life. Available now on ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com or Barnes& and Nobles and Amazon, because true success begins with loving yourself. The balancing act of wearing multiple hats. The balancing act of wearing multiple hats. Yes, you're the CEO, marketer, accountant, and customer service rep all in one. Okay? It takes prioritization and flexibility to learn to focus on what truly matters and delegate what you can. The more organized you are, the smoother your business will flow. Now, I can attest to that. I wear multiple hats, and sometimes, oh child, yes, you will get worn out. But I want to tell you that when you wear multiple hats, it calls for a strict schedule. Remember, we talked about that in the last, in the first one. Um, you know, so here goes some of the rules, some of the things that you might have to, these roles that you have to fill wearing these multiple hats. Roles you fill such as the CEO, marketer, accountant, salesperson, and sometimes customer support all at once. Okay? It means that you delegate your time to each one for the week, right? Now, how I delegate mine is with the accountant. The accountant, I know it's all about keeping up with the money, right? Well, at the end of each month, I turn around and I set a whole day aside to pull my receipts from my email list. Because whenever I spend money, all my receipts end up going to my email list. So I print them out and put them in a folder at the end of the month. Then I take them to my accountant to do his part, his accounting. I do it every month. Every month I do each month. Um, because if you don't do it each month that way, you will become overwhelmed and you'll be like, where all the receipts at? And please get you some accounting software if you are a solopreneur. If you're doing all this on your own, being a CEO, the marketer, accountant, salesperson, and customer service, please get you some accounting software that can keep up with your records for the month, with everything that you have going on when it comes to PayPal, when it comes to Stripe, when it comes to uh, ZipBooks or whatever accounting software you use. Please get you some, right? And marketer, please take marketing classes if you do not know anything about marketing classes. Okay, take you some marketing classes. All right. A good suggestion would be to a young lady. I was in her class for a while. Her name is Audrey Richmond, and she is a marketing strategist. Okay, and she teaches people how to market their business, how to go about marketing, different things that go with the marketing process. Okay, take classes. Salesperson, Audrey are good for that too, because she has so many things in her arsenal that you could learn from her. So she also teaches you how to become a better salesperson with your products and services. You know, and customer support means answering the emails when people ask you questions. Get phone calls. They asking where my order at and things like that, and always be to available for when people send you emails. Don't just ignore the email. Oh, I'll do it later. No, you see it now, do it now, because liable to forget it. If you have someone in your like an assistant or intern, that can really help as well. And so, these things are very much key. They are very much key. Get your intern. They got students, they go to, they go to college that could do intern for you. If you need help with your business and you cannot wear all these hats. So get you an intern that's majoring in business, or majoring in accounting or marketing or, or customer service relations in business that can help you out in your business. And you do not have to pay them. They'll get credit for class for working with you or working for you. All right. Just want to give you that advice. Prioritizing is key. Learn to identify what truly drives growth versus what is busy work. Prioritization is key. Learn to identify what truly drives growth versus what is busy work. Okay? Learn how to delegate, people. Delegation. Understand when to outsource or hire help to focus on strategic activities, such as social media managers. Social media managers, um such as, you might want to have somebody do your social media, because social media is a constant construct. It's always continuous. You gotta be posting. Talking about, you gotta post once a week, you gotta post over here, you gotta do this. Find someone to help you with your social media. um That is key. Find your virtual assistant. You can't, you cannot. Look, you got two hands and one brain, and you are not an octopus. So you need to learn how to hire people in a role, outsource the graphic artisan, your virtual assistant, things of that nature. Learn how to outsource that. Get you a virtual assistant, VA. Okay, so adaptability means switching between roles requires flexibility and the ability to quickly learn new skills. Remember I talked about that? You gotta learn these new skills. You gotta learn these skills because it could save you a lot of money. You learn these skills, right? And learn how to use your apps. Learn how to use the different apps. I mean, the applications like Zoom, StreamYard, um, Riverside. Learn how to use Ecamm. Learn how to use these things beforehand, before you have an event that you need to have broadcast. Please, please, please. Because if you wait till the last minute, it does not turn out right. Have someone, okay, learn how to use the features. Test it out. Learn how to, if you don't know how to compose an email, ask somebody to teach you that. Learn how to do these skills so when you can be flexible, um, you know, be flexible in your business to learn these skills so you do not be left out. Okay. Do not be left out and then be like, oh, I gotta do this, and in your plate, and you got everything on this plate now. You got all the stuff on your plate and you're not delegating. So please find someone, ask your children, if they know how these children now these days, they computer savvy, they know how to do all these things, social media and all the, how to play the video games, and they can help you with your Zoom. They can help you with your um, you know, doing your orders. Say you got books. Say you're author, right? And you have this list of like 100 orders for your books, right? So they could turn around and be working on the orders for your books. Just sit down, teach them one day, teach them that in a day, and then you could turn around and you teach them how to package up your books. Okay. I always get a suggestion as well. When you first get your books, and you're going to send them out, please autograph them as soon as they get to the house. Take them out the box and autograph them, because that is something that will alleviate your time when you're packaging up the orders. Okay. So yeah, balancing act of wearing multiple hats can be time consuming, but you must find help and get the help that you need. Outsource or hire someone that may be related to you. Plenty of people need jobs. Ask your could, you know someone that may work, that knows how to do this work, but they're unemployed right now. Ask them, open a closed mouth do not get fed. Okay. So find the help that you need and do it accordingly. All right, everyone. Now we're gonna go to number 3, which is financial discipline is key. Financial discipline is key. You know, sometimes we gotta, by us wearing these multiple hats, we gotta turn around and be ready for the financial discipline is key. This is a huge one because financial management is the backbone of a sustainable business. Budget wisely, track your income and expenses, and don't forget to plan for your taxes. Please do not forget to plan for your taxes. Know the difference between profit and revenue, and be intentional about reinvesting into your business growth. Okay? Be intentional about your business growth when it comes to this part of the reality of business. Now, budgeting means you track the income, your expenses, allocated funds strategically for growth. Track the income, expenses, and allocate funds strategically for growth. Profit versus revenue. Understanding the difference and why profit must be a focus. Okay. Planning for taxes. Stay organized with records. Save for taxes and consult professionals when needed. Right? Now, if you are a person that does not keep good records with your regular bills, okay, and you start a business, you're going to need some financial help. I'm going to say that again. Because a lot of our habits that we do with our finances, they show up in our business as well, especially when we are hustling or we struggling or whatever, where we're surviving, we're in survival mode, and we need to have an accountant on hand to show us the way of how to keep our books. Okay? Stay organized with the records, save for the taxes, and consult professionals when needed. Investment in growth. Know when to reinvest in the business versus taking profit for personal use. Okay, so I give this example of this one. When I first started my business, I didn't know nothing about no accounting. I know how to pay my bills. I know how to pay regular bills, right? But it's something totally on a totally different level when you got to master your bookkeeping for a business. It's something totally different. If you are not handy in that, it means you may want to go take an accounting class at the college. Okay? Never be ashamed of not knowing how to manage your money, but have a mindset. I want to learn how to do my books. I want to learn I want to learn how to sit down and actually know where my money is coming in and where it's going out. If you do not know these numbers, you are setting your business up for failure. You do not know these numbers, you are setting your business up for failure. Okay? Now, reinvesting in your business. Okay? Reinvest in your business. You need to buy some more books. You need to buy some more t-shirts. You need to buy, you want to go on a trip. You want to go to a conference. You want to go to this. That means you have to set up your funds to always make a profit to save so you can put some money aside to save. Okay. Now, the one thing that does come in handy is when when you find that this is difficult for you, you may want to also seek grants for your business. Seek grants. There's grants out here that they do give away. You do not have to pay them back. Grants. Some of these grants don't even require you to pay. Don't even require you to have a bank account. Some of them don't. Some of them require that. Some don't. Okay. And it is always good to apply for them before. If you're starting a business, it's always good to apply for them in the beginning. Some don't require. All grants are different. Okay. So do your research when it comes to the grants. Okay. Do your research if you want to apply for a grant for your business, because all grants are not the same. That's what I'm going to say about that. All right. So, you know, get your books in order. Have your books in order for your financial discipline, because this is so much key into how your business will survive, how it will make how it survives. How you want the business to become successful. You want your business to be successful, but it cannot be successful if you turning around every 5 minutes. You taking your money from the business and going to get your hair and your nails done. Okay. You can also allocate yourself to receive a certain amount of money when your business acquires a certain amount of dollars. You can pay yourself. Okay. But the money has to be coming in first. And we have to do the taxes. Don't forget Uncle Sam wants his money now. Don't forget Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam can be a pain in the butt if you get behind with taxes with him. Okay. That's why I tell you go get an accountant. If you don't know nothing about keeping no records, get you an accountant. Okay. All right. So financial discipline is key. Hello and blessings to you. Are you a business owner, author, or faith-based entrepreneur looking to get your products or services in front of a highly engaged audience? Well, here's your opportunity. Advertise in the More Connection newsletter, where faith meets business and purpose meets promotion. Whether you're just getting started or expanding your reach, our newsletter puts your message directly in front of readers who value inspiration, entrepreneurship, and transformation. We offer affordable advertising packages starting at just $25, with discounts as you commit to 3, 6, 9, or even 12-month placements. That means more visibility and more savings as your campaign grows. Each ad includes your message, a featured image, and access to a loyal, growing subscriber base ready to hear from you. So don't wait. This is your moment to shine in a space that celebrates faith, business, and purpose. Click the link in the description box to view our advertising packages and fill out this submission form today. Let's amplify your voice through the More Connection newsletter, because your message matters. Leadership and accountability. Leadership and accountability. As an entrepreneur, you are the face and the foundation of your brand. That means leading by example, okay? Making sound decisions and communicating clearly and holding yourself accountable. Remember, consistency builds credibility. Remember, consistency builds credibility. Okay? So, leadership and accountability is always leading by example. Your team, partners, and clients watch your behavior. Integrity matters. Okay? Decision making. Entrepreneurs are responsible for the outcome of all choices made in the business. Entrepreneurs are responsible for the outcome of their choices made in the business. Okay? So, you want to always keep your communication line clear. Consistent communication builds trust and strengthens relationships. Okay? It consistent communication builds trust and strengthens relationships. Accountability systems. Accountability systems. Implement processes to track goals, responsibilities, and progress. It is your leadership that will make the difference if your business is successful or not. You have to learn how to speak with your team members, if you partner with others, client, and your team members, partners, and even people that follow you are watching your behavior. They're watching what you do, what you say. And if your leadership is raggedy, it shows up in how it is presented to others. If your leadership is not good, it will show up. It will show up, and it will show up. It'll show. It'll show because the way you talk or the way you present yourself, and we're responsible for the outcomes and the choices that we make, right? And if we don't have it together, ain't nobody gonna want to follow us. If you ain't got it together, if and I have learned this in this role. I've learned this in this role. Don't come off so desperate as a leader that you desperate as a leader, that you pour all of your problems onto others. Don't pour your problems or what you're going through, finances, things like that. Some things you got to keep to yourself. Some things you keep to yourself as a leader because that is your responsibility and it's not on others. It's on you. Okay? And what you do and what you say, it does matter. It matters to the people around you. It matters to people that's following you because it's about trusting others. And when people don't trust you, they're not going to follow you. They're not going to support you. They be like, well, no, no, that ain't, I don't want to follow her. I don't want to follow him because, they kind of wish-washy with their money and you ain't getting a product and you order this product and you didn't get it. And you be like, wait a minute, especially when it comes to people money. Okay? Money will stop people in their tracks in a minute when they say that they have bought a purchase, a product or service from you, and you have not came through with that product or service. It puts a real damper in a relationship with others. Okay? And it can affect your money. Okay? So lead by example. Decision making is important. Communication must be clear, and accountability systems. You have to, implement them. Implement and track the processes of your goals, responsibilities, and progress in your business. Leadership and accountability is important. Now we on the last one, okay? Growth comes from adaptation. Growth comes from adaptation. You have to adapt. Adaptation. Every challenge is a setup for growth. Don't fear mistakes, learn from them. Stay aware of your market, listen to your audience, and keep improving your craft. True entrepreneurs are lifelong learners, always evolving with times. They're always evolving with the times. So, it calls for maybe revamping, maybe pivoting a little bit, maybe, some things that we could do different in our business. Learning from mistakes. Every failure is a lesson and opportunity for improvement. Do not get stuck in the mistake or something that did not work. Do not get stuck in the moment of the failure. Always evaluate, uh, learn from them. What can you change? What can you improve? And be ready to pivot. Okay, be ready to pivot. Market awareness. Stay informed about industry trends, customers' needs, and competition. Someone else is a publishing consultant, go check them out. Someone else is a publisher, go check them out if that's your line of business. Authors, keep your eye on what's going on in your industry. Accountants always are keeping up with the trends and always keeping up with the taxes. Okay, so we need to do the same as entrepreneurs because we pay them taxes. So we want to know what happens each year, what they change about tax laws, things like that. Keep your eyes open and ears to the ground. Flexibility. Be be willing to pivot when strategies or products aren't working. Oh my God, I can tell you about this. Oh my God, I can tell you about this. And always be ready to do something different in your business. I had to learn myself about this one because I have tried to launch products before and they were a total flop. But I did not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. Okay? Evaluate what went, what did not work, and do corrections accordingly. Okay? When something does not work, learn how to pivot. Continuous improvement. Invest in your skills, knowledge, and the evolution of your business. Let me say that again. Continuous improvement. Invest in your skills, knowledge, and the evolution of your business. Always be on the learn, on the mindset of what did I miss? Maybe I need to go research something. Maybe I need to go research or reevaluate how I deliver this, how I process this knowledge, or how can I improve what I'm offering my public, what I'm offering my clients, my customers, things like that. What can I improve, right? And invest in your skills. Okay, now I'm always doing that, investing in my skills. I didn't know how to use Canva, so I taught myself how to use Canva. I had to learn how to upload a book to Amazon. Had to learn how to do my own copyright for my books. I had to learn how to upload my book cover to Amazon. I had to learn a lot of these skills. I had to learn these skills. Some things we have to get out of being lazy. We have to get out of being lazy. That's right, I said it. Lazy. Because I have heard you just do not know how many times I have suggested to other entrepreneurs, oh, you can learn how to do this. Oh no, I just get somebody else to do it. Okay. And majority of the time, what happens is they don't learn the skill and somebody else has done the work. And now they don't like the work that the person has done. And now they want to complain about it. Invest in your skills. Invest in learning new things. Learn. That's a part about being an entrepreneur. You have decided that you wanted something different out of your life, so that means you got to pivot and learn some new stuff. Don't be so high and mighty. Oh, I don't gotta learn that. I don't have to learn this. I don't have to do this. And then this is the one. I ain't doing that. Okay. So how do you think your business is going to survive if you do not want to do new stuff? You always, as an entrepreneur, you have to stay on top of what is going on in your business. Everything cannot be allocated out to someone else. Okay? If it is, you may want to stay on top of the person that's doing the job. Okay? You're going to be in a micromanaging. That is not a skill you want to partake in. Okay? You want to invest in your skills, whether it is knowledge, whether it is going to a class, whether it is going to learn from other entrepreneurs that are specialists, or that have this knack, like in marketing, advertising, um, teaching you how to, writing process, or how the writing process should be, how the manuscript should go, how editing works, how proofreading is done, things of that nature. Everything in this world, God gave us a brain to learn. God gave us a brain to learn. Do not stump your business's growth by not wanting to learn something new, because that is what will happen in your business when you don't want to learn. Or I'm not doing that. That is saying, I don't want to learn nothing new for my business, so I'm gonna just let my business be the way it is. I'm not gonna grow. I'm not going to go to the next level. I'm gonna just stay stagnant of where I'm at. Do not get complacent where you at in your business. Always try to strive for the next level in your business, or the next pay scale, as they call it, in your business. I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs go back to school and learn some stuff that benefited their business. Okay, so always be in the mindset of learning something new. Do not get complacent. Learn from your mistakes. Market awareness is very important. You have to know the industry trends and your customer needs, and also study your competition. Okay? Flexibility. Be willing to pivot. Continuous improvement. Always be ready to learn some skills and get the knowledge. Okay? Because the business is always evolving. Okay? So keep up with the growth that comes from adaptation. Hello, visionary entrepreneurs, authors, and faith based leaders. Are you ready to amplify your voice, showcase your brand, and reach a powerful, purpose driven audience? Then the More Connection podcast is the platform for you. We are now offering exclusive advertising opportunities for businesses, authors, and faith based entrepreneurs just like you, who are passionate about making an impact and growing their visibility. Whether you're launching a new book, promoting your services, or expanding your ministry, our audience is listening and ready to connect. Here are our affordable ad placement options. Pre-roll ads, just $25. Mid-roll ads, $50. In-roll ads, only $20. That's right, professional, engaging exposure that works within your budget. And the best part, we offer flexible payment plans. You can choose to run your ads over 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or even a full 12-month campaign designed to fit your needs and goals. So, what are you waiting for? Let your brand be heard where faith, purpose, and business connect. To get started, email us today at snjm@ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com. Again, that's snjm@ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com. Let's take your business to the next level together. The More Connection Podcast, where purpose meets promotion. Come on now, what are you waiting for? All right, authors, I have something for you in your author tool of the week segment, right? So, author tool of the week is the author budget blueprint. Managing your author finances just got easier. The author budget blueprint helps you plan your book expenses, manage your money, and make your writing journey profitable and stress-free. So, your author tool of the week is the author budget blueprint. Grab your copy today. Link is in the description. All right, authors, I have another one for you. Another one. Clubhouse invite. Your Clubhouse invite to the Publish Now What Clubhouse room. Okay, I want to invite all authors out there to join me on Saturday, October the 18th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Publish Now What Clubhouse session titled Budgeting for Book Marketing, Where to Spend and What to Skip. We'll talk about smart ways to stretch your book marketing budget and make the most of every dollar. Come on and join me on Publish Now What, the Clubhouse Room. Link is in the description box to join our conversation. All right, now, come on, let's get some education. All right, family. That's all for today's episode of the More Connection audio newsletter. Remember, being an entrepreneur isn't just about building a business, it's about building yourself as well. Stay faithful, stay focused, and keep walking in your God-given assignment. Until next time, this is Sharise N. Johnson Moore, reminding you to stay visible, stay authentic, and stay connected. Blessings and success to you all, and everyone have a blessed day. All right, talk to you next time on the More Connection audio newsletter.